Happy New Year to you. It's good to see you. I know we've seen you. Tumekutana na Makinde kwa ground akifanya story. Karibu sana.
Asante.
And Happy New Year to you. And of course I also have Joseph Kuria. Happy New Year to you as well. Atujonana hii mwaka.
Atujonana.
Asante, karibuni sana. Makinde, umeona hiyo story. What are your thoughts about that? Is that too much? Is it, what is it? Does it deserve? And will it actually cause a lot of problems in Manchester City, or has it even already caused those problems?
I think with Man City, their problems didn't start now. As soon as they got that oil merchant and they became Money Oil City, that's when everything changed. Even before Pep came, they came and destroyed the transfer market for everyone. When they started buying defenders for 100 million, and now everyone has to match up to that. I think we can blame it on inflation. We can blame it on the fact that these days money is just given out like that. I think in a way Haaland deserves it, honestly. He's been phenomenal in as much as we call him a robot and he does what he's supposed to do for a striker. In as much as Man City wamekuwa struggle and him also in terms of scoring, but I see the vision in trying to lure him. Because if he were to go to Qatar, Saudi Arabia, they'd give him $1 billion. Easy. So, yeah, so in a Niuma, but I think I will train my children to start playing football. Sasa we are moving away from lazima ukuwe daktari na nino
pilot.
Akizaliwa to boots. Unambalisha shati, unaanza kuambia unaona hivi ndio tunafanya, hakuna kusoma ni kutrain left footed right winger. Hivyo ndio tunataka.
Yes, clearly. Joseph, you see that hapo toi. I hope Joseph mtoi ameanza kuvaa boots. Ni Makinde anasema
ashaanza. My take on this, I think mimi niko na two different opinions. Number one, for it's a 10-year contract.
Yes.
So I think na haina release clause. So this time, what happens if Pep atoke, another coach akuje, a coach that envisage kukuwa na Haaland kwa game zake. What happens when Erling Haaland, for example, a flop? What happens kwa hiyo contract yake? So I think to me it's too much. Kwanza kwa miaka, I think hata wangempea half 5 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
10 years, I think that I don't know how they looked at it, but to me hiyo nyaka nini?
Oil money. No, oil money is being flexed around. Of course, we had information that Real Madrid were rumors, of course, were really interested in him. Barcelona were interested in him. Saudi Arabia, of course, Makinde has mentioned, were interested in him. But yeah, that is crazy money. Sisi wacha tu. Guy, Jesus Christ. Hiyo ni noma sana. Kariobangi Sharks wamelimwa, atatuambia baadaye hiyo story in a bit. But also, still in this story about Manchester City, Pep Guardiola currently is undergoing a divorce process. Is it Christina Serra? Hiyo jini inaitwaje? So, remember that time alikuwa na maalama, ni kama amepigwa, ni kama sufuria zilikuwa zinarushwa kwa hiyo manchoni yao. So this 50-year-old wife has begun that process of divorcing this particular time. But hapa ndo lazima sasa tuweke kina Makinde on the spot. So the reason why this lady is divorcing Pep is because Pep is spending so much time in football that hana time ya kutoa kutu nyumbani. Hiyo ni maneno yangu. Now so I'm wondering if this lady who has been with Pep Guardiola for they got married when they're 22 years old or 20. Now both of them, the wife is 52, the husband is 53. They got married all those years back. So the wife has realized, oops, guy, hauna time yangu na nini. Alafu anapatiwa half of ile property yenye analia ati yaimpatii time. Makinde nyinyi mko na jokes. And hizi laws na favor madem.
I have either. No, it's
no, I mean this is sad for
yeah, it's definitely sad, but I think first of all you should come to an agreement. If she got married to him while he was still coaching, I think he was still coaching at the time.
Yes, alimpata akikoach.
or he had just failed
No, he was
his
actually
footballing career.
His
His footballing career was on the verge of everything.
Yes.
So I feel like maybe she thought as time goes by, they were going to have more time together. But now, especially with what is going on with City, I can actually see how Pep would not have any. Because Pep is a madman when it comes to football. He feels, he looks like someone who breathes, eats, everything is just football. Like he'll be eating and then he's like, oh my God, I got tired, I can play this one here and then this and that. He looks like that kind of person. So yeah, she's definitely feeling neglected. On that, in terms of getting half, Pep should have made her sign a prenup.
Yes,
at some point.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, if you feel like at some point you guys are going to divorce, you should obviously put prenup on the table. But the thing is this, he is going to make more money than what he has right now. So.
But he made Pep go, hey, Jose,
he's done all the work. They're going to say, oh, he's done all the work. How has she helped him? She was with him.
I
think that's unfair.
It was very unfair.
And most probably, that's why labda mind yake of late haijakuwa kwa ball. Tumeona Man City wamekuwa kidraw some matches, wakichapwa. There was some time walienda 9 matches without winning.
Yes.
So I think most probably hii ndio imekuwa ikimuaffect. However, mimi nasema hii sio fair kwa sababu ulinipata nikiwa kwa ball.
Akicheza ball.
And all that time, you've seen me nikiwa kwa ball. So what changes right now? Hiyo time unataka ni gani?
I think there's underlying issues. I don't think it's solely football.
They can
there's
never be
something else.
No, we've never heard of Pep Guardiola cheating. Okay, see, I'm not sure. Siko Spain, sijakuwa Spain ama England.
Actually, I think it's a good thing. Amekuwa kwa ball. So hiyo story ya cheating hana time. So I think it's a good thing.
Exactly my point. And remember, their kids, one of the eldest one is 24. The other one, I think, is 21. So there is Maria, the Marias, and Valentina. The Valentina is the youngest one, 17, still in school. So I'm wondering, unasema time gani? The first one is a model. Ule mtoto wake wa kwanza ni model huko, anafanya modeling, over about 1 million followers on Instagram. The second one is a CEO of 3 companies in Dubai. Huyu mwingine ako shule. So ni nini?
Si mtu nadhani ukifika uzeeni ndio watu upendana. Sasa wao wapendani. Je, unaona shosho na waguka love you rekindle.
Na waonanga tu Malindi kwa bibi.
Yeah, what are sort of two issues, but Pep, give your wife some love.
What love? For they are 55 years. Which love for the last 20 years?
Sio yenye bibi yake anaitisha.
30 years.
Hiyo yenye bibi yake anaitisha.
So let me ask. So hata akitoka kwa hii marriage, anaenda kwa another marriage or what? I think it's unfair kwa Pep.
Hey, you can still get married at 50. She will definitely find someone out there who is going to love her or love her for her money or her husband's money.
And remember, this is the reason why watu kama kina Cristiano Ronaldo ni washarp sana. Wamekaa na Georgina Rodriguez. Amemweka tu kwa fence hapo tu for all these years. Hajawana. Sasa usunaona ati that's not good. Aya, I'm advising Haaland with all this new money, 80 million per week. Tafadhali, aweke tu msichana pending.
No, that's
amweke tu pending. Wazae tu pending. Wazae pending.
Ama afanye kama Hakimi.
Bas, Ashraf, Hakimi.
So if you divorce me, I have nothing. So
no, that's actually very bad. I don't wish any girl out there to go through that.
And we are not, of course, wishing or advising or advocating for not marriage. Please get married. Some of us, we are not maybe in that route. Get married. However, we are just giving you all scenarios available to you. Kama Hakimi, ama kama Ronaldo, Cristiano.
But why do you think Ronaldo hasn't married Georgina? What makes you think they haven't?
They have not married. Georgina and Ronani, they have not been married. We would have known. And if they did it secretly, I know there was a story about they did it in Morocco secretly.
Yeah.
Hiyo sasa lazima kutakuwa na prenup ama tu amemweka kwa ukuta.
But he has so much money. What is he going to do with all of that?
Hapana, apatie watoto.
Okay. Agree to disagree, but
That's of course our own opinion. Please, anything we say here, please take it with a pinch of salt. Usianze kupeleka kwenye kusema Tony alisema, Jose alisema, ama nani alisema. Of course, we also have our chess experts in the house. We'll ask them also which team they support in the English Premier League. Juu wana chessboard, wacha tu niulize. Na microphone yako, which team do you support in the English Premier League? Ama wewe tu ni chess?
Mimi mostly ni chess, lakini football wise I support my dad's team, Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool. Yeah. Kama it's your dad's team, then definitely Liverpool for sure. Okay. So nyinyi hamna hizi shenanigans za kunini za mashida hizi kama za Pep Guardiola? No. So mna focus na chess?
Mostly, yeah.
Our CEO there, which team do you support in the English Premier League?
Me am Ghana, Arsenal all the way.
Thank you.
Wewe ni mtu ya Arsenal. Wewe na Joseph Kuria hapa WhatsApp group moja.
Sisi ni watu wa kuvumilia.
Remember, of course, that's why we have our chess experts over here. We also have a super Sato crew here. Later on, of course, also we have my good friend, of course, from the Esports Federation, that is the president. We shall be able, of course, to share this in a bit. Remember, if you're joining us, this is Sports Extravaganza. My name, of course, is Tony Kwalanda. We have our question of the day. We want to remind you, be part of this particular conversation, which we shall also be discussing in this show about the African Nations Championship, where myself, Makinde, sikuona Jose huko KICC. Jose na Dr. Patrice Mosepe hawa kujangi kwa events ka hizo. Hao ni wadosi wanatuma tu kina Makinde na Tony. So we shall be having that conversation about African Nations Championship, where Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania will be hosting in August after it was supposed to be hosted in February, that is next month. But sasa stadium zilikuwa bado zinakaa tu kama backyard yangu home. So we're asking these questions, a very simple question. Talk to us, call us, you can WhatsApp us, you can SMS us 22047. We're asking you, what are the chances of Harambee Stars winning the CHAN 2024? What are the chances of Kenya or Harambee Stars, if you like, winning CHAN 2024? The numbers are below the screen. WhatsApp is 0793267279. You can send a short 20-second WhatsApp video clip on that WhatsApp number. Our SMS, our call-in number is 0795 045 864. Hiyo ni ya kupiga live. Mtu wangu pale, my good friend Nick Mavindi ataweza kuchukua simu zako, aweze kupatch hapa nani tuongee na sisi wote hapa kwa hii show. And definitely you can also send on SMS is 22047. Hiyo ni SMS. Tuambie maoni yako. You never know, hii show you win airtime na unashinda vitu tu hivyo tu randomly tuna select hapa kwa hii kipindi ya Sports Extravaganza. Hivyo ndo tunafanya shughuli. Tukimbia mbio kwa right now as we speak, there's a game that is currently going on at halftime. That is Newcastle versus Bournemouth. Newcastle wako St. James's Park. It is Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 2. Later on the 6 p.m. kickoff games, West Ham versus Crystal Palace, Brentford versus timu ya Liverpool. And then of course at 6 as well is Leicester City against Fulham. And then the late kickoff ni Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Hiyo najua Arsenal who are currently second on the table watapigwa. Jose pole.
Okay, maoni yanakubalika.
Jujuzi
unfortunately
maoni you don't consider those.
At consider.
Kelele ya chura huku. He's ng'ombe kunywa maji. Well done. Of course, we shall be there. Si kama tutakuwa tunakimbia. Unatupatia break Makinde ama Makinde Mavindi. Ama tuendelee. But of course now moving on, La Liga should be there. Acha niangalie kuna La Liga gani. Yes, Girona versus Sevilla 0-0 almost half time. Leganes Atletico Madrid ndio hivyo, Real Betis na Alaves ni usiku kabisa. And then of course ya 11 p.m. leo usiku ni Getafe versus Barcelona. Now CHAN is happening in Kenya, and most of you were like, oh, Kenya haiwezi tupeleke Rwanda hosted in 2016. Now it's the time for Kenya Nairobi to host it together with Uganda and Tanzania. The draw happened this week on Wednesday at night at the Kenyatta International Convention Center in the capital here, Nairobi, where yours truly, Tony Kwalanda, TV47, tulikuwa huko. Makinde, that is Tabitha, alikuwa pia huko, aki represent inaitwaga namna gani, box to box.
Yes.
Alafu nikutana rafiki yangu James Ndege, director wa Ndege Resource and Development Center. Habari ya James?
Kwa sawa, kwa poa sana.
tulikuwa pale KICC, Jose ndo hatukumuona, but Jose alikuwa ana watch virtually. Kwa tunajua wadosi walikuwa busy, walikuwa na watchia kwa manyumba zao. Of course, Jose alikuwa hapo hivyo. Now, as well, there was this now, Kenya has been put in a very difficult group. And also on this particular time, we have journalists from Tanzania and Uganda. Of course, we brought two of them from Uganda and Tanzania so they can share with us how prepared Tanzania is, their stadiums, their facilities, how do they take this postponement, and of course, what is in it, how ready are they for Tanzania, what do they think about their groups. And also we have Uganda, a Ugandan journalist, of course they will be joining us in a few already, wako na sisi hapa hivi, watakuwa natueleza how things are in their country. So yes, of course, as you can see clearly there, we have, this should be, yes, from Uganda. Clive, welcome to Sports Extravaganza. Clive, this is Tony Kwalanda. I am in studio with Tabitha Makumi, with Joseph Kuria. These, of course, are top pundits in the country. Welcome, Clive, on Sports Extravaganza. Let's just start off, Clive, your group, Uganda. Of course, you are in Uganda is in Group C, Niger, Guinea, and one of the other unqualified teams, Algeria, Comoros, Egypt, SA, Gabon. What do you take of that, Clive? What do you think about the chances of Uganda making it out of the group stages now that you've been in this competition 7 times and you never left the groups?
It is a tough group, and what makes it tough is the fact that the opponents you probably feel that those can negotiate.
Okay, Clive, I think we have maybe a little slight problem with your sound. Just check maybe your sound, if maybe you have to use your headset, or just check your connection a bit, because we are losing you on a bit on that. That's Clive, of course, from Uganda. We wanted to hear about what they think about their group and also how prepared Uganda is. We also have Lawrence on the line all the way from Tanzania. Lawrence, karibu kwenye kipindi chetu cha Sports Extravaganza. Naitwa Tony Kwalanda. Niko hapa na wenzangu ambao ni wadadisi masala ya soka. Niko na Tabitha Makumi ambaye ni shabiki wa Kariobangi Sharks na pia ni mdadisi mkubwa wa soka hapa nchini. Na pia niko pamoja na Joseph Kuria, mdadisi mkubwa wa soka. Karibu sana Lawrence kwenye kipindi. Tuambie Lawrence, Tanzania, Madagascar, Mauritania, Burkina Faso na Central African Republic ni timu ambazo mtakuwa na wachana nazo kwenye kundi ba. Mnaona vipi nafasi, mtakuwa na nafasi nzuri ya kufuzu kuweza kushinda CHAN?
Ukitazama jinsi ilivyokaa, ukitazama jinsi ilivyokaa, unaweza kusema jepesi sana.
Lawrence, of course, our listener, please forgive us for that a technical issue with the sound. We are working on it. Sauti ni kidogo, unajua wanatoka Tanzania na Uganda, kwa hivyo unajua sasa ni mipaka wanavuka. Of course, let's try and sort out that audio and of course that network issue. We shall be able to get with them in a bit. Makinde, wacha nikulete Group of Death.
Hi, brother. Okay, ni Group of Death, but
ni Group of Death sasa unataka
sawa, ni Group of Death. Sawa, tulikuwa hapo watu wakipiga nduru after wamesema Morocco, Zambia, Angola na DR Congo. So, but I honestly I watched the Mapinduzi Cup and everything that Coach Francis Kimanzi has been doing with that team. Yes. I've seen a great improvement compared to Firat. Yeah, I'm throwing shade, by the way. But honestly, I have hope in this team. Yeah. I just feel like, especially the time that we had to prepare for Mapinduzi, compared to right now that we have around 6 months, we can be able to prepare very well on it. So I was talking to a friend of mine about this draw, and alikuwa ananiambia he thinks that the problem is people already consider these to be big names. When you hear Morocco, you think of the Hakimi, Zinini, Ivo, all those things. But the thing is, we have to remember, CHAN is for local-based players. So yeah, they can be good. They are good. We are not saying that they are not good, but we also have to go there with a mentality of winning. And we spoke to the assistant coach, Coach John. Yes, Coach John spoke about it and said the places we need to improve on are the striking position. But we also have very good strikers right now with Ryan Ogam from Tusker and Moses Shuma from Kakamega Homeboys. So they are well qualified. I just think we need to add in the attacking place. But we also spoke of how when Kenya, when you think they can't pull through out of something, that's when they surprise you. So yeah, we need a group of death, but someone has to win the group. Someone has to qualify. It might as well be us. Like, yeah, we stand rival pale. Wakijaribu kutuninia nyayo tunazima stima. We will win by fire by force.
Jose hapo huyu anatufanyia PR hapa. Makinde ni mapiara na tudu.
So mi naona, okay, it's a very hard group as much as ni local based players, but let us not forget Morocco wako na very good clubs. Wamekuwa waki-proceed hata kwa Champions League za CAF. Zambia, local players for Zambia also equally are very good. So we cannot just it's not, we've been given an extra 6 months to train. So I think it's a good thing. Even Muguna alisema that's a good thing. It's an advantage. So Kimanzi akona job kubwa sana. We have very good players. I think the only thing anafaa kufanya asiende the way Engin Firat was doing. He has to trust our players, and he has asieke, like there are some players lazima wakuwe kwa team even if they are not performing. So I think it's, and Kimazi is a very good coach. He has taken us to AFCON before. So I think we have a chance. But equally it's a very hard group, and hopefully by that time tutakuwa ready. Hopefully.
Ready.
We are ready, of course. Even the few days that we had before Mapinduzi Cup, we were able, of course, to manage it all the way to playing for positions 3 and 4, which is okay. How we lost to Zanzibar.
Kilibiwa.
Venye kilibiwa na Dortmund na Eintracht Frankfurt jana. Kama mliwatch game ya Bundesliga jana usiku, I was very hurt. I'm a black and white, black and yellow supporter. Jana tuliumia sana. Eintracht Frankfurt tuko walituchapa. Still on matters Chan, of course we will engage about Bundesliga a bit later. African Nations Championship, we have, of course, umesema tuende Lawrence Tanzania, sindio? Ama tuende kwa Uganda. Lawrence, karibu kwenye kipindi chetu. I hope tumeweza kupata sauti yako kutoka Tanzania. Lawrence, karibu sana tena. I know we had issues with the sound. Tuambie Tanzania, just to start, muko tayari? Unajua Kenya kidogo tulikuwa na 2-3 ambazo zilikuwa zinatusumbua katika sekta ya kutengeza viwanja. Nyinyi Tanzania mulikuwa tayari ama bado mlikuwa na mambo 2-3 kabla ya CHAN kufanyika? Haya, Lawrence, sauti yako umemute. Lawrence, kama unaweza kunisikia, sauti yako ni kama pengine haya, naweza kukusikia lakini na katika.
Unanisikia?
Haya, ni sauti tu kidogo, utatumia radhi, sauti yako kidogo iko na mushkili. Tutarejea kwako, tutarejea kidogo muda mfupi. Clive, if you can hear us, Clive from Uganda. Clive, of course, tell us which station, of course, you work for in Uganda, and how ready is Uganda? Is it Kenya that put you behind, or how is the state of stadiums in Uganda? And just be honest enough.
Well, let me remind you that you have made only one venue for the CHAN, which is the Mandela National Stadium. And I must tell you, Mandela National Stadium is in perfect shape to host the tournament. The only challenge that we have is with the training grounds. We had submitted a couple of training grounds, and as of now, only one training ground is available, and that is the training on the outside pitch for Mandela National Stadium. All the other training we are submitted to be used for CHAN. Is being ready to the roads are being at the standards that require. So you feel that like Kenya, just like Tanzania, from making sure that whatever.
Okay. Clive, Clive, will get back to you. Just check maybe your internet connection. Could be having maybe a congestion. We'll get back to you in a bit later on to share with us. So Clive and Lawrence, don't go away, please. We really need you because Kenyans are thinking that it's only a Kenyan problem, but it's a challenge across East Africa. Please, we'd like to hear from you more on that. So don't go away. And of course, my Super Sato crew also, Joseph and Tabitha, will also like to hear from you. And they have many questions, tons of questions to ask about Uganda and Tanzania. This is Sports Extravaganza. Tony Kolanda here, Tabitha Makumi, as well as Joseph Kuria. Now, we are speaking about CHAN. Now, just before I bring in Makumi and Joseph, we were able to speak, Nick, if you have those bites about Salim Mvurya, the CS for Sports, who spoke during the draw at Kenyatta International Convention Center. Took on a Salim CS for Sports, and of course he was very straightforward and said, of course, we are ready, but I still have problems with how Kenya manages our sports docket in terms of the turnovers of the leadership. Mpaka hata Dr. Patrice Motsepe, the CAF, hata alisusia kukuja kwa draw yenyewe ya CHAN because alikuwa tu confused. Sasa atakuwa anakutana na nani? Atakuwa anakutana na CS ama atakuwa na PS ama atakuwa anakutana na someone new? But of course, listening to CS Salim Mvurya.
We strengthen our resolve to host this tournament. And of course, as three governments, the United Republic of Tanzania, Uganda and Kenya, our heads of state are also committed to ensure that this championship is a success. So we are really excited as a country because we know this tournament is going to bring out the best for Kenya in terms of talents, but also in terms of our profile for trade, for investment, and also for scouting, you know, of talents. And I'm sure after this, many young people in Kenya who play football will find places, you know, international placements. So I think we put our best and we urge Kenyans to support this process going forward.
Is there a set deadline on when Kasarani will be finished?
Yeah, in fact, we had set a deadline of this Friday.
Yeah, this Friday.
And even though the postponement has been made, we have not reviewed the deadlines. We will continue as planned to ensure that everything is concluded as our earlier agreement. So we are not postponing anything in terms of the infrastructure development and also in terms of our preparation, not just for CHAN, but also for AFCON. You remember we are also doing the Talanta Stadium, which is part of what we will be doing for AFCON. So for us, we are working backwards, but we haven't reviewed any deadlines. In fact, on Monday, we will continue with our inspection to make sure that, you know, the infrastructure is completed in time, and then we can focus on other things. Hakuna kulegeza kamba. Mimi nimesema kwamba hakuna kulegeza kamba kwa matayarisho ya timu, hakuna kulegeza kamba kwa ujenzi wa viwanja hapa Kenya. Sisi tutaendelea kama vile tulivyokuwa tumepanga mbeleni, na haswa pia FKF wataendelea kufanya na timu yetu ya Harambee Stars ili kuzidi kuanoa makali wachezaji wetu na tuzidi kuhakikisha kwamba tunaenda mbele zaidi.
So kombe la dunia kufuzu Harambee Stars itachezea Kenya mwezi Machi.
Hiyo watachezea Kenya kwa sababu sisi tutakao tumemaliza viwanja hapa. So timu ikipangwa hapa tutaweza kucheza bila wasiwasi, kwa sababu deadlines, na Musonye yuko hapa, president wa FKF yuko hapa, tumesema kwamba zile deadlines tumeweka kwa infrastructure hatutalegeza kama, tutaendelea kuhakikisha zimekamilishwa kwa wakati unaofaa. Sasa huo ni umbea. Huo ni umbea kabisa na fitina. Kwa sababu hata ukiangalia taarifa ile ilipeanwa na rais wa CAF, hakuweka lawama kwa nchi yote. Kwa hivyo kama kuna mtu ana fikra hizo, tutazipuuzilia mbali kwa sababu ni umbea na fitina.
Live! Mambo ni live. Welcome. This is Sports Extravaganza. Huyo ni coach CS wa, karibu nimwite coach wa ministry. Naona Tabitha ananiangalia vibaya.
Ministry ya mchezo.
Ministry of michezo. Ministry of Sports, tumekuwa na turnover mingi. Anyway, umesema Lawrence ako kwa laini. Of course, Clive, if you can hear me, we manage. Tumesema don't direct Clive from Uganda. I know you are a busy man who would like to just get, of course, a hold of you. Clive, the state of your state, you mentioned about that your training fields were still yet done. They are still complete. Tell us about also how the infrastructure is. It is said that Uganda, mambo ya traffic jam, you have the highest concentration of ndudhis. In Kenya we call them ndudhis, but huko najua mnaziita Uganda wanitaje pikipiki. Pikipiki, of course, motorbikes in Uganda. How is the infrastructure ready, and of course the road network?
Well, the road network within the city, of course, is not the best, but we also have a mini Thika Road highways that we call the express highways that actually connect to the Mandela National Stadium from the different parts of the city, depending on where the teams will be staying and where the hotels are located. But also you have the issue of traffic police and lead cars. I mean, these are things that can sort the issue of a traffic jam, trying to clear the way for the teams, for the match officials, and all that. So for me, that is something that I'm not really worried about. Teams want to navigate their ways from the hotels to the training grounds, from the hotels to the competition venue. That can easily be dealt with. I'm very sure about that. But of course, the issue like we addressed earlier, for me, the biggest challenge is having the facilities in place. If you're talking about the hotels are available. Teams will be able to be accommodated. If you're talking about the issues for security, I feel we have the best security in the region. We can actually help out with Kenya and Tanzania if you guys are understaffed on the issue of security. So those areas we feel that we are good to go. The only areas that we are completely not ready is the area of the training ground. And for me, I feel once those are sorted, then we should be good. Because the training grounds also have their own challenges. The surface, for instance, Chambogo, that was supposed to be one of the training grounds. Money was released late from government. So the EPDF construction brigade didn't actually have ample time to procure what they needed to procure. Some of these things were supposed to be shipped, but because of the timelines, now they have to airlift them. So there are so many challenges. And I think the biggest challenges we face as Uganda, but also Kenya and Tanzania, is government not fully coming on board. And by government, you mean the different sectors in government. Because if we are having the challenge of the road network, then the Ministry of Transport and Works should be able to come in place. If we have the challenges of the medical facilities, the Ministry of Health that should be able to come in place. You know, it is a tournament where all hands have to be on deck in different sectors, but we underestimated a little bit of what is needed to be done. We think that the football federations and the ministries of sport can actually solve this. Yes, they can't do it alone. Everybody needs to jump on board to make sure that actually this works.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, Clive, indeed. And of course, we have, Clive, we have one of our sports analysts, Tabitha, who was at the Nelson Mandela Stadium during the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, Harambee Stars there. She would like to share. Tabitha, how is that stadium, in your own opinion?
I loved it, honestly, because I haven't seen what has been done to Kasarani or to Nyayo because of the new infrastructure. But honestly, comparing to the state of the Mandela Stadium and what we used to have with Kasarani and Nyayo, Mandela is way better. It's very beautiful, has those screens for telling what are they called? The scores and everything. The toilets are amazing. The facilities, the washrooms are amazing. And it's very big. The environment outside there, it's beautiful. I loved the stadium, honestly. We landed, we got to Mandela Stadium and we were just taking pictures. We were so in awe. We loved the stadium, honestly.
What she's basically trying to tell you is that she's on social media and you can go check those lovely pictures that Makinde took on. What are you on social? Just before we go on break, what are your socials? You also work for Box to Box.
Yes, Makumi_Tabitha.
And mtafute pale, you'll see those pictures of Nam and Mandela Stadium, of course. They're wonderful. I also saw them from a distance. Ni moto sana. Najua Jose anataka kusema about that, but Jose, of course, will share with us a little bit later. We also have our chess team in studio. In fact, after this break, watatuonyesha mbili tatu about what is chess, where can you be part of chess, and how can you learn chess, and what is happening in the chess sector in the country or that particular discipline, and what is going on. So kunafikia ni ball peke yake. We also have chess that is happening in a bit. So this is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. We are taking a very short break. We have a question of the day just before we go. We are asking you, what are the chances of Kenya or Harambee Stars qualifying or winning the African Nations Championship CHAN 2024. What are the chances of Harambee Stars? Talk to us. SMS line ya kutuma ujumbe ni 22047. You can go and call us in live 090795045864. That is what you can call. You can send a short WhatsApp video clip on WhatsApp. 20 seconds. Record yourself in a quiet place and share that particular video on 0793267279. We shall be back, of course. I'll be expecting also the esports president around. Atakuwa anakuja hapa. Amesema there is a new sport in the esports arena. Atatuambia ni nini. Chess wako hapa hivi. And of course, we shall be delving much more into different other sports. Don't go away. We'll be back in a bit.